Here with head coach Anna Nimz after a tough one today as the Lady Demons fall to UIW. Coach, a couple quick thoughts on this one. I know this one stings a little bit more than some of the others.
Yeah, I mean, we played a tremendous first half and we backed it up with a pretty poor second half. And one of the keys is that UIW is never going to go away. You got to play for 40, and we didn't play for 40. We lost the rebounding war by 16. That's always a game key. You take care of the ball, you win the rebounding war, you're always going to give yourself a chance. And we didn't give ourselves that chance. We gave up 21 free throws, 21 free shots from the free throw line. They made 17 of 21. We lost by 5. So just collectively, there was a lot of defensive lapse, both in the first and the fact of leaving Georgia open, 32. She was wide open on her first three, which gave her confidence, which kept them really right there when we had the opportunity to be really extend that lead. But we didn't stay locked in for 40 minutes. And I felt a very big difference between those timeouts down the stretch in this game and the timeouts down the stretch in that HBU game. And so you got to believe it. You got to know you're going to do it. We ended up playing with 2 5s in down the stretch. I thought we did an excellent job in the first. We took their option of going 1-3-1 away. We took their option of going 2-3 away. Then they go to exactly what we want. And we settled for some poor shots. They iced ball screens. We didn't handle that well. But again, we gave up 16 rebounds, got beat on the rebounding war by 16. And that's just a really hard game to win. So more thoughts, probably answering a lot of questions kind of ahead of time.
Yeah, I mean, it was really maybe not evident, but it was something I noticed. First half, we shooting 50%, going that great run to end the second quarter, and got some good looks early on in that third quarter, and they just didn't fall, rimmed out. I know Sharna had a couple that just kind of went almost all the way down, came out, and it felt like maybe that kind of snowballed a little bit offensively, and things kind of went off the side of the rails.
It did, and with our leading scorers, weren't the leading scorers tonight. We trickled in a couple kids with 10 points, but we just didn't have enough offensive production. Had the opportunity, we had some mismatches, didn't necessarily do a great job of isolating that. I got to do better, and we're playing with those 2 5s. But again, I think a lot of it, hats off. De Leon, she's 5'5". She had 2 at half. We didn't talk about it at half as to not jinx ourselves, but then she ended with 12, but the kid had 11 rebounds. So rebounding is a lot of heart, and we just didn't possess that side of it. Definitely our girls have a ton of heart, but we did not possess the rebounding fight and heart in which we needed. And a lot of those missed rebounds led to not necessarily putbacks, but it absolutely led to fouls, which led to free buckets, which led to them continuing to keep that momentum. It never really pulled away, but had we kept them off the free throw line, that would have been a tremendous a very different looking second half.
And finally, for me, even through all the missteps there in that second half, we tied it up late. We had 2 shots to tie the game in the final 2 minutes, and just kind of like the encompassing the entire second half, they just a little bit short.
Yep, we did. And sometimes you can't always control whether the ball goes in. I think our girls are a tremendous group of young women. I think they work tirelessly, getting in the gym and making sure we get those shots up. They fell in the first, they didn't. That's sometimes a tale of 2 halves and just part of basketball. But rebounding is always correctable. Defense and that fight is always correctable. So our shots didn't fall, but we could have gotten a couple shots, or we could have limited them a couple shots, whereas they weren't able to take it to a 5-point lead. Down the stretch, we gave up a shot 2 feet from the rim. Hands were up, but not in the face, and the kid made it. And, so it's hats off, UIW. To their credit, they've been down a lot of different games this season and always come back. And, again, it was a key to victory. And they came back, and they got the victory.
So, obviously, in conference, you never know what's going to happen, and it's a bloodbath usually. So, do you feel as though this type of game prepares you for even Southeastern on Thursday and preparing, trying to get those learning abilities there and then for the rest of conference? As
far as the bloodbath you referenced, no, I don't think this game prepares us. UIW plays a tremendous style of basketball, Princeton-style offense, a lot of cutting, a lot of screening, but not overly forceful. We're going into 2 teams that they're going to hit you first. They're going to set hard screens. They're not going to be area screens. They're going to come connect on you. So I don't necessarily think this game prepares us for the physicality in which we're going to face in the next 2 games by any stretch. What I hope it does is spur some fight, to have a great Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and we head to the defending champions, and we take care of business because we have it in us. We absolutely have it in us, but we've got to be tougher, and we got to be tough for 40 minutes.
And plus, obviously, coming in to home, you're defending Prather like usual. With that win against HCU, they probably were like, coming in with that mentality, like, we have to beat them. We have to, be on our A game because y'all are kind of being hunted because of that.
Yeah, I mean, anytime we're always trying to win every single time we step out onto the court. No one game's more important regardless of where we play it. But, obviously, yes, you're always trying to win that home game in front of your home crowd. Band was tremendous again tonight or today. But to me, we put the same level of importance on every single game. So I think they came out prepared. I think their shoot-around was good. I think their scout defense was good yesterday. Obviously, one day, and the first half was a collective effort. I just think we kind of fell short in the second half. And we just didn't dial up the level of fight that we needed to win this game, But a lot of times, like I said, rebounding is a lot of heart. And although our girls absolutely have it, they possess a ton of it, when it came down to the fight and heart of the rebound, we just gave up way too many opportunities and way too many charity stripe shots.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, guys.